All right, welcome back. Nnamdi Kanu has been found guilty of terrorism. We are waiting the sentencing. As soon as it comes in, we'll get you updated. But he kept saying that all these trials are wash, that there is no law in Nigeria to try him. Let me come to you.
Yes.
Nnamdi Kanu saying there is no law in Nigeria to try him.
Yeah.
But the trial is going on.
Well, that's to the prerogative of what the government wants to do.
Yeah.
It's in their mind. You know, you may be shouting, but
We'll still go ahead.
they've made up their mind on what to do. And I've said that where we see the government not doing well is the fact that, number one, they are not respecting international law. And we also know that in international practice, countries put their attend to issue as a result of interest. The Kenyan government, the British government, and also the international community need to be brought to bear on this issue. This man was kidnapped from Kenya and brought to Nigeria. This man is a British citizen, and one of the things he said that he cannot be tried under Nigerian law because he was extradited. He was not extradited.
Yeah,
he was kidnapped and brought to this country. And this kidnap is not right for anything near government. I will call on President Ahmed Bola Tinubu to solve this issue in the best of his best interest.
Yeah. All right, in the best interest of the nation. So let's look at okay, I think okay, the sentencing is coming or not yet. The information for the sentencing is yet to be here. So okay, before I talk to you about let's look at the video. The video where Nnamdi Kanu talked about the law to try him not being available.
No, don't touch me. I'm telling you, don't touch me. I'm warning you, don't touch me. I'm warning you, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. I said, don't touch me. Don't. Mad people. You don't know law. Show me where he says you can wear my right one like this. Show me the law. Show me the law. I want to show me the law. You don't know law. They are removing you. You're writing rubbish. Show me the law. One address. Affidavit. You say you are doing their job for them. God will punish you now and forever.
All right, welcome back. Showore has conducted a protest. He led the protest. He participated. Obviously, the government didn't want that to happen, but at the end of the day, it happened. That protest was essentially for wrongful detention of Nnamdi Kanu. But now there is a conviction. We are awaiting sentencing. Do you think Showore and his crew are going to continue with that protest? Possibly with a louder voice.
You see, you don't have to be Showore alone. All well-meaning Nigerians who believe in the rule of law, who believe that Nnamdi Kanu is being wrongly tried and being wrongly detained, should, as a matter of fact, join hand and protest against this kind of system that are turning our country into a banana republic, a country that does not respect her own rule of law and international community laws. Because even Nnamdi Kanu was, has broken Nigerian law and is in another country's soil, and the Nigerian government feels so strongly that Nnamdi has broken the law back home, and they wanted him back. They had the right to apply or to appeal to the country where he is for his extradition. But that's not what we're having here. Under the government, under the presidency of late Muhammad Buhari, he was kidnapped and brought home, and that's why the man is wailing and shouting that, look, there's no law. I'm not being tried under any law. There's no law to try me here because I've not been brought properly before the law. So Nnamdi Kanu is right. If the Nigerian government want to try Nnamdi Kanu for whatever thing they are trying him for, they should do the right thing first, because two wrong doesn't make a right.
All right.
I just got to know about something about what Justice Omotosho said.
Yeah.
Justice Omotosho is saying that Nnamdi Kanu is an international terrorist and that he declared anarchy on the embassy of the United States and the embassy of the British government, that they should be brought down. So as a result of that, he's labeling him an international terrorist. Now, that's the politics that have been played. Now, if he mentions America and the Great United
So that they
Great
can buy into
Britain,
it.
so they can buy into it. That's what I'm telling
But
you.
unfortunately for Justice Omotosho,
Yes.
Nnamdi Kanu, before embarking on that journey to Kenya, he was in
London. Yes,
he was in London. He was never charged for terrorism.
If I'm too sure, he did a pilgrimage to Israel.
Yes.
You know, because
Yes, somewhere along the
he
line when he
practiced
was being looked for
Judaism.
asylum.
Exactly. You know, so most of these things are trying to wimp up sentiment from international community.
So Nigeria is now protecting Britain and
America.
Interesting.
And meanwhile, a country of peculiar concern that
protecting
Nigeria,
that are not of
where we
peculiar
have
concern.
terrorists in all our borders that are doing terrorism between Nigeria, Cameroon, Chad, Mali, and all those things. They've not seen those people. We don't condone any act of violence, not in any way.
Right.
There are a lot of things we don't agree with Nnamdi Kanu about. But this is one country. If we want to keep it as one, there are things we must do to keep it as one and not to the line to the populists.
All right. The court in Nigeria is coming to the rescue of America and Britain, where Nnamdi Kanu is also a citizen. I mean, is just Omotosho even politicizing this judge? The little credit that people would have given.
You just took the word out of my mouth. I think Justice Omotosho had turned a politician than a judge in this matter, because the matter before does it have to do with the terrorism international terrorism that has to do with United Kingdom and United States? I think what they said they are charging him for was that Biafra secession, and they caused people to sit at home, killing people in Nigeria. How does that affect the United Kingdom and the United America? I don't understand. I think seriously that this country, we need to wake up from our slumber. Why should we play politics with everything? In fact, I'm not surprised. The judges' conference that is ongoing, that is going to come to an end today, we saw what happened there. The mantra, or rather the campaign slogan for the city president was played, and the judges were standing before it, and they were all singing to it.
Protest.
So this shows clearly that the judiciary has been captured by the executive, or rather by the city government, and they don't have a voice of their own. Like what the PDP accused the Federal High Court. Is it same Justice Omotosho that he was dishing out what Wike has asked him to do, and it shows clearly that Justice Omotosho is doing somebody's else bidding, because it's not, or it's unthinkable that a judge will make such a pronouncement, because a judge cannot give what you do not ask the court for. So where does he get those information from?
All right, the extradition of Nnamdi Kanu never happened.
Yes.
But a kidnap actually happened.
Yes.
And somebody that did this is President Buhari.
Yes.
He did it before, during the time of Umaru Diko, but it wasn't successful.
Exactly.
But he did it now for Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya.
Yes.
Probably they were the one that lured him to Kenya
Yes.
in one way or the other.
Yes.
And he fell for that. And at the end of the day, he fell in Nigeria. Buhari is no more.
Yes.
I think Tinubu should continue with that same level of animosity that Buhari has against Nnamdi Kanu.
I don't know if you listened to a statement by the former Chief of Army Staff, Buratai, when he said that if these terrorists are caught or they repent, they should be integrated into the Nigerian military. We saw amnesty that was given by late former President Yar'Adua, how it worked very well. And let me tell you why that amnesty worked. The leaders of the Niger Delta were fighting for a cause. Not even the men. I'm talking about the leaders of the Niger Delta. That was part of that Yar'Adua's government. Yeah. I know specifically Chief Tony Aneni of blessed memory. He helped to bring most of those people together. With Goodluck Jonathan, former president, was a vice president at the time, and he advised the president, "Let us do this," and they brought them out and brought them to Abuja. I'm not talking about what I don't know. I'm telling you what I knew. He brought them and they spoke to them. They said, look, let's combat this energy, and let's also specifically look at the demands of men at that time. And all of them came together. I remember Asari Dokubo. He was living at Nikon Hilton, that's Transcorp Hilton. Yes, very well. So now if we're having cases like this as well, the leaders of the North, for example, where we have terrorism striving, instead of agitating Trump should come, Trump should not come. What they should do is to gather their people and talk to them, because a lot of them are in touch with them.
Yes, Gumi is in touch with that. You know that.
We just had an allegation. I told you before, when we heard that the present Minister of Defense is in touch with them. In fact, today, another video came out where El-Rufai said that he used to pay bandits. I'm talking about a video. I'm not talking about something. Hearsay. No. I'm talking about a video where he said that for the communities to live in peace.
None of them has been really.
No, none of them have repented.
With the same ferocity.
Even increased by double.
All right, let me come to you. The extradition never happened. A kidnap happened. Do you think the unjust kidnap will be able to sustain the legality of trial in Nigeria?
Yes, I had to speak. Before I come to that, let me say this. You know, the federal government, through the court, has said that they've convicted Nnamdi Kanu. What is the offense of Nnamdi Kanu? Nnamdi Kanu is asking for Biafra Republic. Now, my
Which
question,
is not a crime anyway.
So my question, what happened to Sunday Igboho, who was asking for the Oduduwa Republic?
Yes.
Where is he today? What has the federal government did to him? Has he been tried? Is in Germany or wherever? Can't they go and bundle him and do the same thing to him the way they are doing to Nnamdi Kanu? So you see, before I go to your question whether the trial will stand or not, the question is, what has Nnamdi Kanu actually done? Nnamdi Kanu not expressly asked for, a Biafra Republic. He's saying that this country had not been fair to the Igbos. Therefore, if the country is not comfortable living with the Igbo, they are prepared to go their separate way. Now, coming to the issue of whether this trial or the conviction they got, whether they can sustain it, my own opinion, it cannot succeed, because in the first place, Nnamdi Kanu right has been trampled upon. He's been brought for Kenya against his will. Nnamdi Kanu had not for the Nigerian government to sustain their trial and what have you, they first of all had to follow the due process of law.
Certainly, human rights to movement is guaranteed in almost all the constitutions of democracies. The only thing that can maybe control that is a court order. Nnamdi Kanu was not brought to Nigeria by a court order of the country where he was as at that time. How will the Nigerians react? Is this what is it called? Showore matter? Or is it an Igbo matter? Or is it a matter that is before Nigeria if they really want democracy?
You see, we don't want to also leave the Nigerian government out of it, knowing that what they are accusing people of doing, they too are doing it, because it's an act of, will I say terror? Let me not call it terror. It's an act of that is outside of the law that they did to Nnamdi Kanu. If I'm very correct on that, because they brought him to Nigeria illegally. Now, it's not a good act. And today, if you support the federal government by doing that, tomorrow it might just be you. And these are the cases we talked about during Fubara's era, that we must all condemn what is not good and what is not in our constitution. And condemning what's not in our constitution, it will determine that whether we will live a very long nation. Precedent, yes. Today it may be Nnamdi Kanu, tomorrow it may be Sheikh Tinubu. That's the truth.
Exactly.
Because what goes around comes around.
Father is not going to be
No. The presidency doesn't belong to all of them. You understand? And let me tell you something. I've advocated. I'm not an advocate of Biafra one or settling out of political this thing. But there are things you settle politically.
Certain times.
This particular one, I have said it time and time again, the president should call the Eastern governors. Now, we don't know, not on record anywhere. Of course, I've heard some people say that Nnamdi Kanu should not be released because it will cause a lot of chaos in the southeast. But the governors, against their own will, because selfishness has set in several times, the governors have told us that they have spoken to the president on several occasions. Soludo has said it, Enugu State governor has said it, Alex Oti has said it. Now, if they have spoken to the governor, is it also the president? Is it that the president has rejected what they have said? Okay, what is now also making them to go into APC if the president has declined them what he wants? So what I'm saying, the president should call an Eastern Conference, since the paramount issue we have in the Southeast is that of Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu's only case is where you have ECN comes out, IPOB come out, and ESN, sorry, and so many other ones that have come out that all the governors are now using, and they are now attributing everything to Nnamdi Kanu. He should call a conference of the Southeastern.
They raised ESN that time, saying it was an advanced team against the Fulani headsmen, who was also trying to take over many places. Said that the Igbo land is not for them. That's the reason they gave. Okay, let me come to you. You know, this issue of political solution, do you think Asiwaju will certainly use 2027 to cash in into releasing Nnamdi Kanu?
I think sincerely that's where it's headed. Because when, you know, Sowore protested with his group, the presidency was taken unaware because, like he said, virtually all the governors from the Southeast had made a pronouncement that they had spoken to Mr. President on the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. And some people assured us, even including Senator Kanu, has assured us that Nnamdi Kanu will soon, you know, gain his freedom. You know, how did they get those information? Because of their, you know, from their discussion with Mr. President. What I think is going to happen, even though Mr. Nnamdi Kanu has been convicted and I think that's what they are waiting for. They will convict him and then sentence him. Maybe Mr. President will pardon him, and that's the political solution they are looking at for, so that it can go on record that Mr. President is friendly with the Easterner and is doing well with them, so that his re-election, he can harvest some vote from the Southeast.
All right, let me come to you strictly. The Igbos are talking about marginalization. Do you think Igbos are marginalized, really?
Well, we talked about them being marginalized. Somehow, somewhere, I think they are. You know, Igbos are entrepreneurs in nature.
Okay, let me put it this way. You think if P2B was non-Igbo, you think he would have won that election of 2023?
If it was non-Igbo, I think so, because the politics we play in Nigeria is politics of ethnicity. I've said that all over and again. If Jonathan was of the Igbo, Hausa extraction, he wouldn't have lost that election. If he was of the Yoruba extraction, he wouldn't have lost that election. He was a part of the many minorities we have in this country. They just have quite few. Along the river bank, from Bayelsa rivers to Lagos and all that, Ondo and all that. If he was of that extraction, now what the Igbos need to do is to come together if they feel they also want to have a share of this country. But I think Nigeria as a country has also been good to the Igbos. You know, there's no way you can take out that.
They have been able to flourish in Nigeria.
In Nigeria, are good to them or not, they've been able to flourish. And I've also said that Biafra, agitation for Biafra is not going to be good. We talked about state creation today. The last state creation we had in Nigeria was Abacha. Has it made out to be a better country?
It's still, when you get a Biafra, the people that are still going to be president, that are still going to be people who are there.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, we can be together as a nation, but must find our nation to be upholding principles of equity. They say he that comes to equity should come with a clean hands. We should have the same reward system, the same justice system, and the same punishment system for everybody. I think with that, I don't think Biafra will be attractive to anybody. Neither will Arewa Republic or Oduduwa Republic. Until next time.